Good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of Leading Ladies TV, the show to come for inspiration, where ladies share their story to inspire us all. I'm so excited to welcome onto the show tonight's guest, Claudette Roche, all the way from California. Welcome, yes. Claudette.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. It's so hot here. Really hot.
Thank you.
Thought I'd share that with you.
I'm in Manchester and it's really pouring with rain, and I did think, what a wonderful job I have. I jump on Skype and suddenly I see Californian sunshine. So, and your face is full of sunshine today. So, for the viewers, Claudette is now an accent and dialect coach, and she's going to share with us a fabulous story about inviting others in, women in particular, to help us discover what we really want. And so how she's taken her life from being an actress to now a very successful accent and dictation coach. Dialect. So, Claudette, with Leading Ladies Company, we just say, please share your story.
I'd love to. So, very excited to share this with you. A number of years ago, let's say 10 years ago, I reached a point in my acting career that I just wasn't feeling very fulfilled. So I didn't know what else I could do. I'm not trained in many other things except acting. And so I was really stumped. So I asked 5 friends what I was good at. What can I do? What do you think I'm good at? And I was open to anything. If she had said astrophysics, somehow I would have said, okay, I'll become an astrophysicist. So I was open to anything. So the first friend, I took her out for lunch. I paid because she was doing a service. So I asked her, what can I do? What do you think I excel in? And she said, well, you're a very good cook. I said, okay, what can I do with being a good cook? And she said, you could have a restaurant, you could be a caterer, and none of that was interesting to me. The second friend said, well, you're a very good writer. And I said, okay, so what can I do with that? And she said, well, you could write for film or television, you could write a book, none of which was interesting to me. And it's also very hard to break into film and television as a writer. She then suggested I perhaps write text for websites, and I thought, well, but what if I get stuck having to describe in text, this little earbud? I have to give, pages and pages of text on that. Well, I'd be asleep in 10 minutes, so that was gone. The third friend said that I was a good belly dancer because I was doing belly dance as exercise, and my teacher, my belly dance teacher, a woman, said, after 2 months, you're good enough to go and perform. So I thought, well, I only did this as a hobby. She goes, now go and buy some costumes. So I bought 2 costumes, and next thing you know, I'm performing as my little hobby, weddings and birthday
fantastic.
And charity events. It was fantastic. But, I was at the age where one doesn't decide to go into belly dancing. So I said, well, that's lovely. Thank you so much, but that won't work. The fourth friend said that I was that I was funny and that I should do stand-up comedy, which is really the last thing I ever want to do with my life. So the fifth friend, who I knew the least, I'd known her only a few months. I took her out for lunch, and she said that I was good at accents, doing different accents. And I said, what can I do with that? And she said, you could teach. And I thought, wow, I could teach. I could make that my living. I'd been doing it over the many, many years, teaching my friends, certain accents that they needed. Mostly, well, they were all actors, and they needed accents for their roles. So I would coach them for fun, for free. And I thought, well, let me see if I can do this as a business. So I decided on a Tuesday that I would now become an accent dialect coach, and told one friend, her name is Wendy, and Wendy had an acting school. I told her on a Tuesday. Thursday, I had my first referral from Wendy, and it was a woman, it just happened to be, and that was my first client. So I went from making the decision on Tuesday to actually being a dialect coach for profit on a Thursday.
That is
and
fantastic.
I then had to quickly design my own website, which took me forever because I did it myself. And but that really sort of launched me, and I became legitimate. And word of mouth, a lot of word of mouth, and my homegrown website really helped me grow. And I have never, ever, ever been this happy with what I do for a living, because what I do isn't just helping actors book a role. I also work with corporate people, professionals, who have to learn what is termed accent reduction, meaning they have a foreign accent, and if they want to do business and be very successful here in the United States, they need to modify their accent so that the average American can understand them. And so I have a lot of doctors, I have CEOs of companies, I have all sorts of professionals, public speakers, and investors, all sorts of people, from big companies to little mom and pop companies, who need to convey their information without the person listening judging what they're saying, not understanding what they're saying, and then checking out of the conversation. So people's businesses can grow once their accent, once they're easily understood. I have so many stories to tell you. I have this lovely student. She's from Ukraine, from the Ukraine, and we work via Skype. And she's studying to become a doctor. And she had a very hard time speaking English and being understood. And her professor said, "Do it now. Learn to speak more like an American if you want to be a successful doctor, because people won't trust you. Some people won't trust you because of your accent. And then some people, they just won't understand what you're trying to explain. So she has to give them a diagnosis that's critical that they understand. She has to be 100% clear." So she started working with me. She had a job at a hospital, just answering phones and giving people directives how to for post-treatment. And so she was on the phone every day with the average American, and so she got to practice almost every day things that we would learn in class. And now sometimes people are really astonished to learn that she's not from the United States.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. So her life has really, blossomed, and it has really grown. So for me, it's win-win, because I get to share. So we share stories. It's not just, oh, do A, B, C. We share stories. They become my friends. They really do. And I get to feel good about what I do. At the end of the day, I can say, what did I do today? Oh, yes, I helped someone, someone's life. I helped them improve the quality of their life. And that's invaluable.
That's right. It's lovely. I love this, and I know I have a friend who's actually working with you, who's beautiful, beautiful lady, but yeah, needs to be able to be clearer so more people can hear her message. I'm really curious, Claudette, about that moment of, what am I going to do with my life? You knew that you weren't wanting to be in the acting world anymore, and then this let's go out and ask 5 people. Were you nervous about that? Was it? Where did you get the idea from?
No, myself. I've always believed that if I need help, I'm going to ask you for it. If I need a sandwich, I will ask anyone for that sandwich. And I really believe it's your duty, if you can, to give me that sandwich. If I'm hungry and I ask you, if you can, you must give me that sandwich. So that's how I live my life. If you ask me for help, if I can, and it doesn't hurt me or ruin my life or whatever, if I can, I must help you. It's just, I must and you must. So when I asked them, the 4 women, I really loved all 5 of them, even the one that gave me the inspiration, who I knew the least. I really loved them. So I had trust. I had faith that they wouldn't judge me in a negative way, that they would be very supportive. And each one was extremely supportive. I only surround myself with supportive friends.
It's a very good plan.
Yes. No negative Nancys in my life. So so there was nothing to be nervous about. And as I said, I was open to whatever they said. If one had, I was open to anything.
Some people are afraid, aren't they? Some people would be afraid to go and ask that question. I have a friend who's recently been going out and asking people, what do you see as my strengths and what do you see as my weaknesses? Which is a similar exercise to the one that you did. But actually asking for people, what do you see as my weaknesses? That's quite brave, isn't it?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't ask for that because that's their opinion. So someone might say to me, well, your weakness is that you're too bold. But you see, I don't see that as a weakness. And I don't ever want to assume that anyone thinks it's a weakness. Yeah. So I don't ask people about what they think my weaknesses are. I'm just interested in what they think my positives are.
Yeah.
But if someone's got, some good, wholesome criticism for me that will improve my life, then that's something else. But I don't ask for a list of my weaknesses.
So it's a good idea. And then the other part of the story that I really loved was how you went, ping, I'm going to do this, and then just stepped into it and just said, this is what I do, and picked up the phone and said, this is what I do, and then everything fell into place.
I'm also a believer in power of positive thinking and positive action. And I've just always believed this, that when I made that decision to do it, I knew that it would happen. I knew that if I put it out there, and I also believe I have to say it, not just keep it in my head. I have to say it to somebody. I'm a dialect coach. I'm a belly dancer. So I have to put it out there. And I'm also very receptive to help and guidance. And that guidance came to me. Sometimes I wouldn't even ask for guidance. People would just offer incredible guidance to me. So I'm just a believer in, the butterfly effect. For every action, there is a reaction, no matter how small. But it needs to be the energy. You have to do the work. You can't just sit there and, I hope that butterfly helps me out. You have to do the work. I'm just a believer in that.
Fantastic beliefs. Thank you so much, Claudette. I've really been intrigued by this interview. What's your key message for any women out there that maybe are in that position of, I'm not sure I'm in the role I want to be in anymore. What next for me? What would be your key action that they could take?
Just to have faith in your friends and really only choose, number one, really only surround yourself with people that, you don't want yes people around your life, but you need people that believe in you and support you. And then gather them together and then just have faith. Make it a sort of a club that you'll help them, they'll help you. I mean, to create this village, to create your own village of support. And perhaps it's only 5 women or 3, not just women, I shouldn't say that, but 5 people or 6 or 10 or 20 or 4 or 1. Just keep yourself surrounded by people who will prop you up and not try to pull you down. Because some people love to do the tear down, but you only want people around you that really love you. And, respect you. Respect you.
Thank you. So it's surround yourself with wonderful women and men. And then the other step was most definitely to go out and ask people what they see as your strengths and how you could build a business. Fantastic tip.
Yeah, I think they'd be very surprised at what people perceive as their strengths.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah, and you found out you'd got 4 other ones, including belly dancing. I wish we had a little time. I might ask you to go and give us a demo, but I'll let you off because we haven't prepared on that one. But I'd just like to say thank you so much for inspiring us today.
My pleasure. Really my pleasure.
Yeah. So that's another inspiring interview from Leading Ladies TV with the beautiful, wonderful Claudette Roche.
With her red lipstick.